Alrighty folks, welcome back into this new More Weather Forecast video. My name is Beck Moore and I'm back here in the weather studio for your weekly weather rundown. And I'm sorry for the 2-week hiatus. Last week we were dealing with that ice storm, so I didn't have time for this. And then the week before I wasn't even here. I was in Chicago and Michigan covering that snow event, so I'm sorry about that. We're getting back into it, and let's get straight into it because we do have a good amount of stuff to talk about. And this is the northeastern storm we're seeing right now into the interior northeast, some snow, and this is what it's going to look like for the rest of the day. As you see, some snow from Albany over to Buffalo. Our heaviest snow will be near Albany, Syracuse, over towards Manchester, New Hampshire, Boston, and then to the north of New York City. We're going to have this narrow corridor of winter mix. That'll probably eventually change over to just rain. And then the I-95 corridor, most of it at least, Hartford, Providence, New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, all dealing with rain. Now here's our snow totals. Find your town and see what the totals look like. The heaviest accumulations are going to be in those higher elevations, especially to the west of Boston. Boston probably only a trace to come because we are going to have those warm winds coming off of the Atlantic Ocean, and we are also going to be having that rain moving in as well as we go later into this evening and into early tomorrow morning. But as you can see, those are your snow totals again in those higher elevations of Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and New York. That's where we will have the heaviest totals. Still not a big snowstorm. Those heaviest totals probably 5 to 8 inches of snow. Now tomorrow, Monday, we aren't looking at much precipitation at all across the country, so that's why I just ended up doing a temperature map, and this shows warmer or cooler than average temperatures. So we're going to have lots of warmer than average temperatures across the Intermountain West, across the Midwest as well. Pretty much this half of the country, we're going to be dealing with kind of a winter heat wave, you could call it. That won't last for long, but we are again still thawing from that Arctic blast we saw around 2 weeks ago. We are going to have some cooler than average temperatures or near average temperatures up into the northeast. So New York City and Boston are probably going to be near average, but up into Maine, the very much interior northeast, is going to be cooler than average, and everybody else in those not colored areas, that is where we are going to see around average temperatures. Now, going into Tuesday, kind of the same thing. Not a lot of precipitation, but we are going to have a little bit of a clipper system coming through Michigan and Ohio, bringing some snow flurries and snow showers. That will not accumulate too much, but it will turn into a small system down here, bringing rain into the Carolinas and into Georgia. But this is going to be a system we're really going to have to watch here into Seattle and Portland. We need to watch this system because it's going to come down into the southern plains, and possibly as we go into next week, kind of getting into La La Land, but still, we need to watch it, could create a storm path into the mid-Atlantic and northeastern United States that's favorable for snow. So we're going to have to watch this storm very closely. So going into Thursday, we continue to see that energy drop down into the western United States. Some snow for the Sierra Nevadas, some rain for San Francisco, continuing there in Seattle and Portland. And then Friday, that area really expands across most of the western United States, much of the southwestern United States, really, from Albuquerque all the way through Los Angeles. And then some pockets of snow in those higher elevations through Nevada, Oregon, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and parts of California. Now on Saturday, so getting into almost a week from now, so still a little iffy, these things definitely will change. These graphics will change. So Oklahoma City through Dallas, down through Houston, it's looking like there is a high probability of having some rain around on Saturday that'll move into places like Arkansas and Louisiana by the time we get on Sunday, but we're not going to look at that. Snow across the west, so Idaho down through Nevada into Denver. This could be a pretty good snowmaker for you guys, so definitely want to watch this system coming into the picture on Saturday. And then again, those snow showers across the west, one down here into New Mexico and Arizona. So this is definitely going to be a big weather system, one to really watch. And then our weekly outlook for our small town highlight, it is Bryant, Arkansas. Thank you, Dylan, for sending this in. And this is your forecast for the entire week. So starting tomorrow, 57 with a low of 38. Tuesday, 60 55 with a low of 36, and then Wednesday it's going to be sunny again, 55, really racking in those warm temperatures. If you've been dealing with those cloud cover, which I know you guys have in Bryant, Arkansas, that's going to be all gone for early this week into mid this week. A lot of sun, and I know you guys are probably really appreciative of that. Then Thursday it's going to be cloudy, 57, but Friday 60. We're really warming up from our cold blast that we had 2 weeks ago. We are definitely thawing from that. So Friday partly cloudy, Saturday it's going to be cloudy, and then into Sunday we are going to have to watch that rain chance like I showed on my last graphic. That rain is going to move into Arkansas and Louisiana on Sunday. So rain on Sunday in Bryant, Arkansas. And that about wraps up this more weather forecast video. Make sure you subscribe and go follow me on X. Again, that system into the northeast, make sure you're prepared for that accumulation to come in the higher elevations, and that system that's coming into the west mid this week and then going down into the southern plains and eventually into the eastern United States late this week and into next week. It's going to be a pretty interesting pattern to watch, so make sure you stay tuned. As always, stay prepared out there, and I will see you soon with more weather.